Welcome to MitoCanada's Education Academy. Today, we're exploring how mitochondrial disease is diagnosed. Trillions of mitochondria are present in almost every cell of your body. They provide the energy needed to keep your heart beating, brain thinking, and muscle moving. Healthy mitochondria are essential to living a healthy life. When mitochondria fail, our cells can no longer function properly, which can cause entire organs to shut down. This is called mitochondrial disease, and it can be very difficult to diagnose. Why is mitochondrial disease so hard to diagnose? There are many types of mitochondrial diseases, and every person has their own unique experience. Symptoms can vary from person to person, and even those with the same disease may present with different symptoms or have an entirely different experience. There is currently no single or best test to determine if you have a mitochondrial disease. Doctors piece together clues to try to better understand your symptoms and make an accurate diagnosis. To help solve the mystery, there are some common tests your doctor may recommend when a mitochondrial disease is suspected. How is mitochondrial disease diagnosed? As with most illnesses, when you're not feeling well, your first step is to arrange a visit with your primary care provider. During your appointment, they may review the medical history of both you and your family. Because mitochondrial disease is often linked to your genetics, it's important to know if others in your family have experienced similar symptoms that suggest a mitochondrial disease. Your doctor may investigate your symptoms further by performing a physical exam. This may include checking your vital signs, listening to your heart and lungs, testing your muscle strength, and observing how easily you tire during simple exercises. Depending on your symptoms, physical exam, and medical history, your doctor may request that additional tests be done. You may be referred to a genetic, metabolic, or neurological specialist who will conduct their own series of tests. These may include one or all of the following: blood and urine screening. These tests look at how your body is using fats, proteins, and sugars, and how effectively you produce energy. The results may help distinguish a mitochondrial disease from other conditions, or provide information on what biochemical process is impaired. Functional tests and imaging. If you're experiencing symptoms related to one or more of your organs, a specialist may want to order a vision test for your eyes, an electrocardiogram for your heart, or an MRI for your brain. Muscle biopsy. If you're experiencing muscle weakness, a muscle biopsy may be ordered. This involves removing a small sample of muscle tissue, usually from the thigh, and then looking at it under a microscope. This sample allows doctors to look at the structure of the muscle fibers and the mitochondria in those muscle fibers. With a muscle biopsy, your doctor can determine if and what % of the mitochondria are affected. Genetic testing. Your cells have two types of DNA, nuclear DNA and mitochondrial DNA. Both contain genetic coding that provides instructions for making proteins. Mutations in either type of DNA can affect the health of your mitochondria and cause mitochondrial disease. Depending on your symptoms, genetic testing for one or both types of DNA may be done. Although affected tissues or saliva may be used, samples of blood are typically taken to test for mutations in a specific gene, group of genes, or many of your genes at the same time. This can help uncover where the mutation is and what type of mutation is present. All of these tests provide important information to help better understand what mitochondrial disease you might have. It is very important to receive an accurate diagnosis as early as possible, so you and your healthcare team can create a plan to help you feel better, manage symptoms, minimize the risk of permanent damage, and ensure you experience the best quality of life. MitoCanada is dedicated to creating a world where all lives are powered by healthy mitochondria. Our foundation works tirelessly to support and protect Canadians living with or at risk of developing mitochondrial disease. Learn how MitoCanada is energizing lives.